What's the Not Your Finest Hour podcast? What is that all? I mean, I've heard stories.
Not Our Finest Hour podcast. I'll have to check out one of these days when I get a minute to listen to it. I've been told it's not for everyone. Just the general reviews I hear on it. It has been getting really good reviews.
And I've never personally listened to it, but I have heard it's not for everyone.
I listened to the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Just great podcast. I've really enjoyed that.
I'm not endorsing anything. But what Caleb told me, he said, don't endorse anything unless you listen to it first.
I do once in a while listen in, and it's a lot of fun. But I do got to be careful. It is not for everyone.
Caleb Allman is always dropping notes that it's one of the most value-added shows out there.
Of course, through all the Not Our Finest Hour, you guys poking fun at so much different stuff is absolutely killer.
I don't feel any oppression tonight. In fact, I feel very free. Not Our Finest Hour podcast. Thanks for being here.
I'm Interlock Ian, and I wouldn't fucking miss a Not Our Finest Hour podcast for nothing.
Welcome to the beginning of the podcast, recorded on Thursday. I feel like I have 1 hour and 15 minutes in me.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Perfect.
Like that timeline.
Now fill in the hour and 15 minutes.
Chad, you've been on a roll on Instagram lately.
Who are you talking to? I'm fucking livid. Livid. Where do you want me to start?
My favorite thing about you this week was you posted all this stuff about how trash ASV is.
Yep.
And then in my Facebook, it came up that you were posting about how amazing the machine was in the sale group, the Ontario Farm Sales Group or something. This ASV machine is great for dirt works. Currently doesn't have a door.
Currently doesn't fucking do any work.
Really?
Because it's got a rail pressure relief valve problem, whatever that is. So here's the thing. I bought the machine from a place called Delta Power Equipment in Winchester 2 short years ago. And it had 0 hours when I bought it, obviously. Brand new machine. Oh, this machine's great. Warranties are great. Everything's good. Since then, I probably put at least $6,000 in repairs into the machine. It had things like sheared bolts that hold the seat on. Track problem.
What did they blame that on?
They didn't blame it on anything. They just said that the seat bolts are sheared. We have to go rethread them. Okay, great.
So, but
I've never been in a skid steer that had seat bolts sheared off of them.
But what do you think? What do you think potentially caused that? Were your guys doing something, or is the machine just very cheaply constructed?
What do you have to do to shear the seat bolts on a machine? Like how?
I mean, I'm a pretty fat guy. I mean, I'm fat. We all can acknowledge how fat I am.
When's the last time you've broken it?
I've never sheared seat bolts.
It's hard to say, eh? Shear
the seat bolts up? Yeah.
Yeah.
So did they make you pay for that?
Absolutely.
How much was it to rethread the
That was bundled in with a whole bunch of other stuff they had to make 3 visits down for in order to fix. They brought the wrong pin one time, so they billed me for that visit. And
even though that they brought the wrong pin.
Yeah, even though they brought I think the only people in the world that eat shit all the time are landscapers. Everybody else bills for stuff.
I think that's super fucking true. I don't know. I deal with some people who, if they fuck up, I don't know that they invoice me directly for it. Like I think there's some people that, but I agree that most landscapers eat everything. That's true.
Yeah.
Would you buy another ASV machine?
No, not a chance. I wrote a 1-star review on them.
You gave them a review.
They called me twice today.
Because of the review?
Because now they want to sort out the problem, apparently.
What does the review say? Can you read us the review?
Sure. I can find the review.
Did you make it clear that it was you and that you were disappointed?
Yeah, it says my name right on it. I don't give a shit. Fucking knobs. Sold my name skid steer that had Many major issues after 2 years and only 400 hours. The service tech was great, but they washed their hands of an engine problem because they said it wasn't under warranty. Here's the thing. I bought the skid steer from this dealer. It's got something called a Deutz engine in it, which is a diesel engine, type of diesel engine. They say they can't service that type of diesel engine. Well, why the fuck are you selling me a machine that you can't service? Nowhere in my life have I gone somewhere and bought something that can't be serviced at the place that I bought it. They're like, you have
That
to call
happened.
these
That
other.
happened to us with the Allison transmission in the International, because Rush isn't an official, doesn't have the Allison software. So if you have a problem with your Allison under warranty, you have to take it to Freightliner.
Did it piss you
In
off?
local, yeah, it was hyper
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
The funny part about that story is that so it used to have this thing that in the International that came on that said it was which flash transmission or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. And it went to the Allison dealer like repetitively. Then it went to the transmission shop that specializes in transmissions, and no one could get this fucking shit to go away. And then someone said, "Oh, there's this guy that's a mechanic for Condrain that can fucking probably fix this." I said, "Okay, get him to come by the shop." And this guy showed up in like a pickup truck with no tools, climbed in the truck for 8 minutes with like a toothpick, and it's never done it again, and asked me for $50.
For $50, I would have given him 100.
I think we gave him a couple $100, but like he literally like took the little because the International controller's on the side of the seat, not on the dash. So he literally like pulled the cover off and poked some toothpick shit in it. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like some toothpick shit went on in there.
Probably the
And then
toothpick you've been chewing all day.
and then fucking said, yeah, that should if that's not the problem, then the control module is garbage. And because he's like, there's nothing actually wrong with the tranny. He's like, the tranny's perfect. He's like, there's something wrong with this control module. And I poked it with a toothpick. And then since then, it's like, okay. Like, I don't know what the fuck he did with it. But anyways, but that's the only time we've had something. Well, as soon as you buy something in two parts, then you run into these issues too, where it's like,
Well, all machines have
but
a motor,
machinery,
right?
but any kind of machinery we've ever purchased, I've never heard from anyone that, yeah, we can't service that. We sold it. Like, who the fuck services that?
You have to call Pratt Diesel out of God knows where. And I called them up. They're like, yeah, we can fix that for you. We got to see if it's under warranty. Give them the serial number on the motor. They're like, oh no, the other parts are under warranty, but that's not under warranty. We have none of those repair kits, but we're getting some Fridays, whatever. I don't care if it's under warranty or not. It has to be fixed. It's no good like it is. It's a boat anchor right now.
So are your guys using it and like it just died, or you can still
It bogs down and wants to shut off. So that's it. We parked it. It's sitting there. I called my partner. I said, "Can we get the wheelie skid steer over here?" Like, yeah, go pick it up. How are you gonna pick it up? I said, I'm gonna pick it up in the bin truck. So I picked it up in the bin truck and brought it to the job. It was great. First time I ever lifted a piece of equipment.
nice.
Good. Real good.
So do you think these people are gonna get on it now because you left a negative review?
Well, they called me twice today, but I don't really have anything to say to them. What are they gonna do now? Oh, we're gonna fix the motor we said we couldn't fix? I owe them $3,000 from the last repair, which I haven't paid them yet. I don't know if I will. What's the worst they can do?
So when you bought it, did they say to you, listen, if there's any motor problems, we absolutely can't service it here?
No, not a chance. Is that a selling feature? Would you have bought a machine like that?
No, but I'm just like, I'm wondering if they're going to claim, well, you should have known.
I should have known.
Well, I'm just saying.
If I have a Kubota problem, where do I go? Kubota. If I have a Dodge Ram problem, where do I go? Ram, not Cummins.
So what else has gone wrong with this machine now that we're past the fuel rail?
We had pins come out and shift the whole arm sideways. What else do we have?
All of this stuff is in 400 hours. What
All
happened to
within
didn't
400
something happen to the fucking door?
Oh yeah, that was completely me. I'll own up to that one. I smashed the door. This is nobody's fault but mine.
Did you smash it out of frustration though?
Yeah, I was pissed off because the clamp wouldn't grab those goddamn blocks. They kept slipping out of
Oh yeah.
the
It had
clamp.
nothing to do with the
I
ASV.
had nothing to do with the ASV,
Do you,
and that's the hardest I've ever been on it is closing the door.
do you think your guys are abusive with it?
Um, they're probably harder on it than I am, but by the same token, they're equally as hard on the Kubota, and that has had zero issues in its life. So leads me to believe that the ASV
Do
is
you
too
think that
delicate of a machine for us.
you think that you'll probably go out and buy some more kind of weird off-brand equipment again?
I don't know if it's an off-brand. It was the original
It's
maker of
certainly
it.
not a common brand.
Depends in what. Like forestry applications are common.
Are they? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
definitely.
Or
Yeah,
maybe forestry doesn't need machines that are reliable.
apparently not. No. Or the bolts or machines that have a seat that stays in one piece.
I'm surprised they didn't say like they're putting too fat of people in the machine.
I don't think there's a guy on our crew above 220.
Maybe the limit's 150 in an ASV. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe. But we got to get out of this thing.
Do you think you'll actually find someone to buy it for 65 grand?
Someone asked me, well, I paid 110 for the thing, right? Someone asked me yesterday, I'm like, it's on a job right now. You can come see it whenever it gets back to the yard. He's like, where's the job site? I want to go. Yeah, come by the job site. There's a pressure rail defect in it right now. You want to buy it? Like, wait till it's fucking. I didn't tell him that. Like, it's got to get sorted out
Why did you put it up for sale before the fuck you fix the pressure rail?
because it takes people forever to come and see shit. And how many tire kickers you go through? Like, it's got to sit there. It's got to marinate a bit.
Okay, so if you get 65,000 for it without, did you pay interest on this or did you get 0%?
I can't remember. Probably not 0% because it's with a lease company.
A weird off-brand company?
Uh,
Unless you're into forestry.
yeah. I have on my whiteboard, and I don't usually do this, I've written the last payment of the RT65. It's in January. How many months is that left? June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
So as it stands right now, you've put 400 hours on it. You paid 110. You're going to try to sell it for, so this is solely based on you paid 0% interest and you get 65 grand for this thing, which I think both of those things are probably not going to happen. Or not one, I think you're probably paying interest, and two, I think you're not getting 65 grand for this pile of junk.
Actually,
So,
I may have got because I wanted it on a 3-year term. Actually, I think it's 2% interest.
okay. So currently, not factoring in your cost of operation just for having this thing without all the repairs is 112 bucks an hour.
Yeah, and how many out? We have 400.
400. Oh, I took 110 minus 65 and then divided by 400. And so far you've spent 112.50 an hour on this thing.
Yeah, that's way too much. Considering our
Oh,
billing hour on this is maybe 65 bucks an hour. You know,
what do you,
we
yeah, I don't think you could bill it out for 112.50. This is without an operator too. You
yeah,
throw an operator on that bitch and you're
yeah.
probably 160 an hour. This thing is costing you to run
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
I'm upside down on this fucking turd.
160 an hour, like honestly, you're probably 160 an hour in this fucking thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't get out of this bitch fast enough.
Nope, you're right. You can't. If my insurance may not be listening, it might be best to burn this fucking thing. Not that I would ever do that.
There's a fuel rail problem.
Yeah. Rail pressure something problem, whatever the hell that is.
Why would that happen in 400 hours?
I don't know.
Did you buy this machine at the height of the pandemic?
I think
Is it
so.
is this thing like a pure pandemic machine?
2022, yeah. Is that when was the pandemic? 2021?
I don't know.
2020,
20?
beginning of 2020.
It was a 2022, so we probably, yeah, I don't know.
Did you talk about it on this podcast when you were going to buy it?
Yeah,
If we go back into
yeah, probably.
the
Yeah,
archives.
I remember
You
Chad
can hear
talking
me
about it.
say how great this fucking turd is.
Maybe I
That's,
could find that
the
and put that
greatest
in here.
masterpiece. Yeah, go back, make a
I
layer out
don't
of it.
know if you loved it ever.
I thought it was the right move. Of course, I thought it was the right move. I wanted to spend $110,000 on a comparable
I
machine.
love that you do things that you think are the right move. I do things all the time I think are not the right move, but I do them anyways.
Well, it's all I have to go by, right?
Mm.
I don't know. If I really wanted the right move, I'd join Leanscaper or something, but I can't pay attention. I can't. Can't pay attention. Can't grow my business because I can't follow directions.
I I was talking to Kelly this week, and we were just talking about like the business and whatever, right? Life. And I said, what, like doing all the shit that I I do every day, running these two commercial landscaping crews. Well, some right now we have three crews running because we have Tyler from Hallscape's crew laying papers, running two or three commercial landscape crews, running usually 6 to 8 triaxles a day, running the bin company, plus whatever like bidding jobs, like all the other shit that I have going on. All of that accumulates into that. I feel like, my family doesn't have to. I talked to you about this too, Chad, when you called me about things. Like, I feel like my wife and my kids don't need to worry about, like, Paisley doesn't worry about how her university is going to get paid for. Nate doesn't worry about how if he wants to try and tour with his band, how, like, they have a lot of, like, and the thing I wish the most in my life was that I was smart enough to provide them that security without doing this. But I'm not. I'm not smart enough to do anything but this. This is what I'm smart enough for. There's nothing else on the planet where I can provide them with that level of security other than this, because this is the only thing I'm smart enough to do. I wish I was smart enough to make $1 million from crypto, but I'm not. I wish I could design a video game, but I'm not. You know what I'm like? My unique skill is I'm good at logistically organizing dump trucks. Fuck yeah. When kids are in kindergarten, man, they say draw what you want to be, everyone is like, fuck, I wish I was logistically good at organizing dump trucks. Like, I bet there's like 15 kids out of every kindergarten class that just dream of being logistically good at organizing. Like, I just, this week has been a really just hard week. And I'm just like, man, I wish I was smart enough to do something else to provide the same level of, but I'm not smart enough. I never will be. This is all I can do to provide that level because there's nothing else I'm qualified to do. There's nothing else I'm good enough to do. Like, it just, and I just, fuck, I'm so done with it this week. I'm like, man, but now it's just what I have to do.
I usually like what I do most of the time.
I have days, weeks. I have stretches where I guess I like it, but I just, lately it's just been like 6 weeks of just fucking hating it every day.
I thought last week we were doing well. One of the first,
Me?
no, us, my company, but
Oh, good. Yeah. No, great. Yes, I think you are doing well.
well,
I thought you were talking about me. I'm like, I don't know what life you've been living, but
But you love the
today,
trucks, PK.
yeah, I just wish I didn't need all of them. I wish I could love them from afar. Watch them roll down the road and be like, fuck, I love that truck. That's a nice looking truck. I think that it's just the epic amount of like people that on a daily basis are just dependent on decisions that I make are just I just wish I was better at something else. But I'm not. And I never will be. I'm 50. This is all I got. It's not like I'm gonna start designing cryptocurrency tomorrow or get really fucking good at QuickBooks.
Your food reviews are really good.
Yeah, there are people who make a living doing that, but not
Yeah.
me. Not good enough. Not good enough to make a living doing food reviews. Like Blue Pepsi is disgusting too.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
That was fucking terrible. It was literally like windshield washer fluid that smelled like Mr. Clean. I'm like, who sat in the boardroom and thought this was a fucking product to make? Like, fuck. It's been this year, I guess, it's just been part of it though is like in the spring no one's jobs were going, and then now every single person that we have a job for is like fucking freaking that we're not there. And I'm like, I want to tell you, I had a schedule. None of you held to your schedule, and now you all want me to do your schedule. Well, that's not, you know, and no one wants to acknowledge like our one job where we got like kind of booted off, and then they asked for a redesign, and the redesign they weren't getting back as big a credit as they thought. And they wanted us to
They wanted you to engineer it, and then
they wanted us to justify why they weren't getting as big a because they had a certain way a job was being done, like thin strips of exposed aggregate concrete, very thin strips to delineate parking spots. And then they changed because of a bunch of things that were their fault, nothing to do with Paver King. Like, I mean, fucking nothing to do with Paver King. They changed it to making the whole thing exposed aggregate. Well, they want to take the unit rate that they made us supply for the thin strips and then put it across this huge pad now. Well, the concrete guys, like, it's harder to do a big area of exposed aggregate than it is to do a thin strip. You got to put retardant on it. You got to power wash it. There's all this shit you got to do. He's like, it's a different job. Doing huge areas of exposed aggregate and doing thin strips of exposed aggregate are completely different jobs. I don't do it for a living, so it makes sense to me. You have a 1 foot wide strip. It's easy to trowel it. It's easy to put the retardant on it. It's easy to power wash that strip off. You start doing that shit for hundreds of square feet, you're troweling it and you're fucking trying to get in there to put the like, it just, I agree, it seems harder and it's going to take more labor and more, like, so he wanted more, and they're like, well, that's not his unit rate. And I'm like, but you wanted a unit rate for thin strips. Now you want a unit rate for 500 or 8, whatever it is, maybe it's 1,000 square feet of fucking just one huge pad. They're pissed, but I'm like, you changed the job. We didn't fucking change it. I didn't wake up yesterday morning and be like, yo, let's pour this huge fucking exposed aggregate pad instead of these little strips. You woke up and said that. Well, when you essentially, and then, Jack's like fighting with him. He's like, hey, like we had, like the fence rental is an extra month. Well, that's not my fucking fault that you fucked up the job. We had to demobilize all the equipment. Not my fucking fault that you. Then there's this weird granular material that they made us pre-buy, that's sitting in fucking Chris's yard. There's like 70 tons of this stupid ass granular that is absolutely worth a fortune, like 4 times more than any other aggregate on the planet. Custom blended. And we're like, you own that. That's going in the job. You fucking own it. Or we can dump it in your field. Or you can just pay us for it and we'll keep it. I don't really give a shit, but I can tell you that we're getting paid for it because you people made us buy this asinine shit. And it's just, I think that kind of stuff just wears me down, where I'm like, fuck off. We didn't create this issue. None of this is a Paver King issue.
Yeah.
But everyone wants somehow it's our fault. We have another job we're doing where the fucking subgrade is, I don't know if we talked about this last week, but like the subgrade is 3 or 4 feet too high. This is not a minor thing. This isn't like, and we had an open PO to remove for excavating the gardens and the River Rock areas, right? We had an open PO because they knew we had to dig those out. Like I call the people, I'm like, hey, there's like, 50 fucking loads to remove here. I have an open PO, I could do it. And if you don't pay the bill, I'll just lean your fucking building. Because it's an open PO. But then everyone's pissy pants with me, and I'm like, what? Because I pointed out this problem? I could have just done this work. Said, fuck you, pay me. But I asked if you guys wanted to do a different solution, or there was some reason that this was like this. I don't know. Maybe like we just showed up there. Maybe that's like that because the city said that it needs to be like that. I don't fucking know why it's like that. I don't live at some dirty refrigeration warehouse. I don't fucking know what goes on here. Anyway, whatever. It's just every job we have is like some kind of.
Whatever happened to the rats in the underground bunker?
That we're moving that forward on. Well, then like our fucking suppliers are closed on Monday. Like that's not a fucking holiday.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Tuesday is the holiday. Oh, but like, I mean, people don't want to come back from the cottage. I said, well, then fucking call Mark Carney. I didn't create this problem. This is an asinine holiday.
Yeah, not my holiday.
It's a completely asinine, stupid holiday. Like, just make it on the Friday or the Saturday. Next, because the argument is, wow, people don't want to come back, so they're just going to take Monday, Tuesday. We'll reopen Wednesday. I'm like, next year it's on Wednesday. So what are we going to shut down Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and only work Thursday, Friday next year? Oh, because now you've set a precedent. Hey, when Canada Day is not lining up with a weekend, we just shut down until like, what happens when it's on Thursday? Do you take the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or do you take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, work Friday, and then get Saturday off again? I don't fucking know. Here's what you do. The stat holiday is Tuesday. Take that bitch off. It's inconvenient. Everyone fucking hates it. But no one that runs a business in Canada created this bullshit.
No, but you have to pay your employees for it.
What are we celebrating? Mass immigration, crazy inflation, recession? What the fuck are we celebrating here? But if we are going to celebrate it, let's at least have a fucking goddamn land acknowledgement.
Yeah.
I think we should start this podcast with a land acknowledgement every time we fucking start it.
We'd have 3 different ones, probably.
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
That's what's going to grab the listeners.
Yeah.
3 separate land acknowledgements every fucking start of every podcast.
You're not going to get a land acknowledgement from me. I appropriated my logo from Native Americans.
You did too.
So, sorry. But we're not doing that here. Not on this end, at least.
It's just been a tough week. Anyways, Chad, what was your post about getting arrested for hydro seeding?
Yeah.
So here's one. The guys spent what are we today? Thursday? When did they start? Monday? They spent the last couple days up in Smith Falls. You may have seen the post. They are slinging topsoil on train tracks, like a berm for train tracks and everything. And it's at 4 quadrants where the train goes over the top and then the river runs underneath it. So there's 4 corners or 4 quadrants of the job. The GC did their work under the bridge, on the bridge, over the bridge, everywhere. But there's one quadrant where there's a bridge where a footbridge, you can walk across the bottom of the bridge with a set of steps down to it. Nobody thought to put a retaining wall. So the gravel is probably at like an 80 to 90 degree angle coming off these steps onto a 4-foot walkway and then a drop off into the water, the river, whatever it is. No railing, no anything, no safety precaution, nothing. They asked what we were going to do. We were going to topsoil it. Everybody was fine with that solution. They spent 3 days slinging. Everything looks great. Everyone's happy. And then at the end of the 3rd day, there was a rain squall that came through. A lot of rain, short amount of time. The next day, Shane and Sean show up on the job site to the guy from CN screaming and yelling because some of the topsoil had washed off this 80-degree wall, basically, and fallen in the water. They said, "You're going to go to jail for getting this topsoil in the water." So Shane's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" He calls me. He's like, "They tell me I'm going to jail." And like, he's genuinely concerned. He's like, "They said someone's going to go to jail for this. Uh, like, what do I do? I'm about to
You
walk
don't
off
go to
the job."
jail for stabbing someone in this country.
But you go to jail for putting a little bit unintentionally putting a little bit of soil in the water. I'm like, relax. If anyone's going to jail, it's me, not you guys. Jail. So first off, don't worry about it. Second off, you got other things to do. Don't worry about it. He's like, we cleaned it up. We shoveled the walkway off again, and everything is good, I think. And he was just flustered about the whole thing, right? So get on the horn with the GC. I'm like, hey. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, we're on our way with erosion control mat and hay bales and stuff like that. He's like, we knew this was a problem before you guys got there, and it just slipped through the cracks. It was always a problem that nobody wanted to fix. The engineer didn't want to make a solution. Tomlinson couldn't give a solution. CN and Via Rail sort of washed their hands of it. So obviously it falls on the landscaper to eat shit on it, right? So
You're going to jail.
you go to jail. Nobody else wants to deal with it. Landscaper's going to jail. Um, so they came, they put up the erosion control and all this shit, and crisis averted for the day. Then today, um, Shane gets there first thing in the morning. They're ready to hydroseed. They're pumping, they're mixing everything they need to do. The consultant engineer said, "You can't spray." I said, "Why can't I spray?" We have to have a meeting first. And they were they had to get approval for 4 inches of topsoil instead of 6 inches of topsoil, even though there was no plan on the job. And they said, "Do what we want," because it was all T&M work approved by the GC and the client, but not the consultant. So we had to sit around and wait for that to get sorted out. And at the same time, the little Indian consultant is running up and down the freshly topsoiled embankment, which is huge on its own, with a measurer's tape, sticking it in the topsoil and trying to get readings. And Shane's like, "Hey, you can't walk there anymore. It's done. It's been raked out." Like, "Well, you can rake it again." "We're not climbing the mountain again, like fucking goats to to rake this topsoil. Like, it's done. You stay out of there." So they got him out of it. And then he's like, "There's not 4 inches of topsoil here." Shane's like, "I've driven the machine over it for a week straight. You're not going to press your measuring tape into hard packed topsoil." Like, and these consultants just don't understand. I'm like, this is fucking mental. So we ended up getting away with seeding the whole thing today, and they're gonna do as-built on it, but they won't let that guy on the job again. The little consultant is done. He doesn't have any say on the job.
Oh,
They're kicking him off the project.
Well, we don't have to pay attention. He can be on the project, but we don't have to pay attention to anything. Disregard that guy, is what they said.
All of this is why nothing ever gets built quickly in this
Yeah,
country. And all
absolutely.
of this is why this country is bankrupting.
Imagine the consulting you're paying this guy to do nothing. He doesn't even get a say. He kept asking the guys every 15 minutes when they were going to be done. Like, there's weeks worth of work here. There's no answer to when we're going to be done. And you're not making it go any faster by stopping the project. for no reason. Like, when are you done hydro seeding? I don't know. If you let us mix our first load, we could gauge, but you won't let us do anything here.
All of this is vaporizing your money, right?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, the GC calls me and says, "Hey, don't hydro seed that huge cow trail at one of the quarters because we have to come and put a block wall where the topsoil is washing out. That takes at least a 30-ton shovel to get through there, to reach, maybe a crane to set blocks down there. Like, and the cow trail is, no word of a lie, half a kilometer, maybe 400 meters, half a kilometer. Like it's a long cow trail. It's 40 feet wide. Like they had dump trucks coming and going and heavy machinery coming and going and all sorts of cranes and staging areas, this whole thing. Like it's huge, this staging area, right? Already topsoiled, ready for seed. They said, yeah, don't do that. We're gonna have to build a block wall here and go through there. So, but it's already topsoiled. They said, yeah, they're gonna pay you for that. Then they're gonna pay you to come back and do it again. Great. Are they gonna pay the mobilization too? Probably not. But
In my experience, this is somehow your fault. Rent some fence, pay for it forever.
rent some fence. There's
Rent
not
some fucking fence, pay for
Tomlinson
it
just took the
forever.
fence away this week.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So yeah. And then they said, when are you sodding? I don't know. Monday and Tuesday are a holiday. Or they
Are you
asked,
taking Monday and Tuesday out? How are you handling Monday and Tuesday?
no,
What's
they
your
asked, they,
I went on a rant on it. What's your opinion on
the, the GC asked me, says, what's your plan? Monday and Tuesday are holidays next week. I said, for who? He goes, LOL. Um, I said, we'd like to work Monday. He says, I'll get it approved. So I don't know. I don't think the sod guys will drop off sod on Tuesday.
No.
So, well, they're from
Because
Quebec.
that's the actual holiday.
I don't even
I've
think
spent
it's,
like I couldn't we have guys traveling, right?
mhm.
So like I went to them and said, hey guys, do you want to drive there Monday, drive home Monday night, have your Canada Day, celebrate whatever the fuck, celebrate the fact that no matter what you do here, you don't go to jail unless you're hydro seeding, and then go Wednesday morning and stay till Friday. Or you can go on Monday, work Monday, have your own Canada Day party at the hotel, and then stay the rest of the week working. Or you can take Monday off and work Tuesday because it's like some commercial site, so no one gives a fuck what you're doing there. Like, and then you could do that. Like, I don't, what do you guys want to do? You fucking tell me. But once I open that up to that crew, now I've kind of opened up this huge can of worms. I'm going to everybody that works for us going, well, how do you want to handle it? Like, Cody, what day do you want off? Because I got to cover bins the other day because no one knows what anyone else is doing. So you could get calls for bins on Monday. You could get calls for triaxles. You could get the one thing I am 100% certain of, the supply yard won't be open. That's like,
Mine is. I asked them for delivery Monday. They said no problem. So,
what would your expectation of your supply yards be, Mike?
I don't even know. I didn't even think that far ahead. But I would assume they're closed Monday and open Tuesday.
not a chance.
Tuesday's the actual holiday.
Oh, so then it would be Monday, Tuesday, it would be off. Yeah, I don't know.
Are they going to be in Monday and then take Tuesday off?
That's what I would assume, I guess. Just go with the holiday, but yeah, I would assume that they would go with the holiday. So Tuesday off, Monday they'll be there. But it's under new ownership, so who knows?
I asked the guys. Well, I will ask the guys if they want
How
to.
much do you think two hydrovac bollards cost? Like in a quote.
Uh, Site minimum $2,200.
Each or for
No,
both
for
of
both.
them?
For both.
No, $5,700.
Jesus Christ, I'm in the wrong business.
Because you got to hydrovac them, and then you got to. Well, I'm talking about fully installed here, not just the
Oh,
hydro.
fully installed. I thought you were
Yeah.
just sucking them.
Oh, the hydrovac's going to be at least $2,000. I agree. And he'll be there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I love when Jack sends me these things, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, I look at the numbers at the top, and yeah, it totally makes sense. Really understand what we're doing, but
I don't even look at the breakdown. I just look at the number at the top and send it away.
I'm reading it now, and I'm like, okay, well, the overhead and recovery is this, the OHP recovery is this, the per day recovery is this. It's 100. I always look, it's 170 hours, and I go, that'll keep people busy at least for a bit, because that's all I really care about. Can we just keep everyone fucking working? Like,
Yeah.
care what we're doing, or there's another. So Jack gets a quote for 1-3 Riverstone 2 weeks ago from the supply yard. I call, I text, and I say, hey, because Jack gets all the quotes delivered, right?
Mhm.
But I gotta go get a piece of equipment from there anyways. So I call and say, hey, like, can I just pick this shit up by the ton? Like, how much is it by the ton? I'll just pick it up at your yard. I'll just bring it out on my own fucking truck. I'm going out there anyways to get this excavated. And they're like, well, we don't sell that anymore. I'm like, what? We like submitted it for approvals. Yeah, we stopped selling that. Like, that was 2 fucking weeks ago. Like, sometime in the last 2 weeks, you just stopped selling this fucking product that wouldn't you have said when you were quoting it, hey, we're planning on stopping to sell this fucking product, so you probably shouldn't want to quote for it because we're never going to have it again.
Unreal.
So then they're like, oh, there's a new product. Great. So just go in and order the new product, 1-3, order it. It's a new product. It's basically very similar. Perfect. That sounds good. We definitely have a solution to the fucking problem. Andrew shows up, tears in, goes in, says, I'm here to get the 1-3. Like, we don't have that product.
Right.
This is the second product. I'm here to get the 1-3 Algonquin. We don't have that product. What are you fucking talking about? You don't have the original product. Now you're telling me you don't have this fucking product. So then I call the people. I go, hey, what is going on here? Like, I'm trying really hard not to be volatile and angry because I don't want to be that person anymore, but I'm like really riding a thin fucking line here this week. What is it? They're like, well, we sell that product 1-2 or 2-3, but we don't sell it 1-3. Okay. So I said, well, can we put like a bucket? I need product that goes from 1-3. So the only conceivable solution that I have to this is we're buying 20 ton. It's probably 4 buckets. Put a bucket of 2-3, and then a bucket of 1-2, then a bucket of 2-3, and mix it together in the back of the fucking truck. And then they start like saying, like acting like that's inconvenient on my part. Well, I don't know about that. It's kind of inconvenient. I said, you know what's inconvenient? Quoting something 2 fucking weeks ago that you don't have. That is fucking inconvenient. Why wouldn't you just say we don't fucking have this? And then I would have submitted 2-3 or 1-2, and they could have just picked fucking one of them. That's what's fucking inconvenient. Stop downloading your fucking problem onto me. I didn't create this fucking problem. I'm offering what I consider to be a viable solution. Can you stop giving me a hard fucking time about your fuck up?
What they do? Do they give it to you?
Yeah, then they put it in. And it still looks so fucking weird because it didn't mix. The foreman on the job called me. He's like, hey, this Riverstone is fucked. And I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, Well, it comes out and it's all big, then it's small, then it's big, then it's small, and it's all in these like weird layers. I'm like, can you mix it? It's like,
We just throw some big pieces over top of the small ones. I've done it before.
can you
We've done it
mix
a
it?
lot.
He's like, yeah, we can mix it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not
Whenever
a
clients are asking you to match Riverstone,
uh,
oh, we have this. Can we get more of this? I don't know where that's from. This is 10 years old. And it's like 3/8 to like 4 inch or something.
it
Like
could have
so,
been a blend. It could have been blended at the time.
yeah, blended in the back of some guy's dump trailer.
Exactly.
Like from the last guy who didn't get what he wanted. I don't
It
know.
just seems like every time I wake up, there's some different.
Yeah, always putting up problems.
And then there's two local guys that run fill sites, right? That are like infamous for running fill sites, and I deal with both of them because obviously we haul a lot of fill. And they're engaged in some kind of a volatile war with each other. And somehow I'm getting dragged. Okay, can you guys leave me out of it? I don't want anything to do with this. Like I'm quietly by myself. Like, stop. They're both dragging me into this vault. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you people. Fuck off. Like, not fucking my own problems. I don't need this shit.
Fill wars. That's a
And it went from being blindingly hot to freezing fucking cold overnight.
yeah. That was great. Woke up this morning, nice and cool. So much more got done today than all
Oh,
of the rest of the week.
here's an so we had the job that we hydro seeded. The window was like May 15th or something. That was the hydro seed window for the style of seed. I don't know.
Hmm.
So all spring we were pushing hard, like fucking hard to get this hydro seed done before May 15th because that's the recommended window. But the GC was nowhere to be found during this process.
Hmm.
And then I sent people there and floated equipment there 3 times to finish this work when they said it was ready, and it was not ready. And then finally it was ready and we did it. And then the hydro seed went down like May 26th outside the window, the allowable window by the architect for this seed. So it was rainy and wet. All the hydro seed came up. It bloomed. It looked great. But then it got hot and there was no deep root system and it all immediately died off. And now they called Jack. And I'm like, listen, you stupid fucks. There's about 500 fucking emails from us saying you're pushing us outside the window. Do you still want us to do this? We're outside the window. You guys don't understand the window. This is the window. It's open. It's about to fucking close. If you hydro seed at 11:59 on May 14th, the hydro seed will live. If you will the hydro seed at 12:01, that shit is fucking dead, bro. There's no way it'll live. You got to understand the window closes. Bang, like that. It fucking closes and then hydro seed dies. There was no permitted window extension. They didn't apply for an extension. Never happened. I feel like this is not our fault again. Fuck off.
You need a disclaimer. You need a letter.
Yeah.
Like the brick guys have the FLO letter. You need the hydro seed
I
letter.
need a fucking letter.
I'm pretty sure you can get one. I'm pretty sure I know a guy who's got a letter.
We're doing a large paver job. And when we arrived, now the person we're working for, this is, I will say, not their fault. So, prefacing this story, we arrived there. The super of the company we're working for says, you need to focus on the pedestrian. We got to slam this pedestrian down. It's what the GC wants. Cool. Guys are slamming down pedestrian everywhere. Pedestrian. Like last Thursday, like, hey, the vehicular has to be done by Tuesday or we're all fucked. Okay. Been here for like 6 fucking days. We could have done that first.
Right.
No one cares about the pedestrian. All we care. I'm like, oh my fucking god. No, this has nothing to do with the people we're working for. They're getting equally fucked, right? They're getting fucked. They didn't choose what to start with. So then the guys, they got those asinine.
Those thick pavers.
Yeah, it's the stupidest fucking like. Let's get in a competition to see who can make the most asininely thick paver.
How much does one of those weigh?
110.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why we're putting them with a vacuum lifter.
Wow.
They're only 5 by 10 or something. No, they're 10 by 12, or I don't remember. They're rectangles, but the problem with them is like that lifter they're making. Tyler had to custom make the inside of it with the sponge shit so that it would lift those pavers.
Yeah.
Because no one makes a pad small enough to go on those pavers to swing them in. It's like, and then the fucking you think polysand companies haven't done enough stupid shit? They're now going around to all the commercial architects and telling them, if you let someone use HPB under the pavers, the polysand will fail.
No.
Yeah. Straight from the fucking Palmeric Sand Company. So the architect on this job was like, oh no, you got to lay all. So there's 8 inches of concrete, 2 inches of or an inch of sand, and then 6 inches of fucking permacon paver. This isn't a loading dock either. It's a walkway to a man door. Like, how fat are the people that live in Richmond Hill?
Wait, why are the polysand companies doing this?
Because when there's they're looking for reasons to have an excuse for their failures. So everyone started putting HP because if water does, because there's a bunch of holes drilled in the concrete to allow the water to go down, right? So people were using HPB so that the water, if any water that did get through the impermeable Palmeric sand, could free flow into the drainage hole. But then when Palmeric sand failed, much like, did you pre-tamp this? Did you pre-tamp it twice? Oh, you did? Well, it needs 3 times. If you don't pre-tamp 3, 5, we can't help you, man. It's not our fault. So this is like this is the thing now is this on brick sand?
Is this done right? Because it shouldn't be.
They said the polysand companies told the architects that, or the polysand company in particular, told the architects that HPB allows polysand too much to migrate down in and causes it to fail. And like, it gets wet and hard. If it's still migrating after you wet it, that's a fucking problem with the polysand company.
Yeah.
And so then we had to lay this like 8,000 square feet of pavers on sand when it's 40 fucking degrees out and windy. And the sand is blowing all over the site. They're like, oh, the sand's blowing everywhere.
I don't miss that.
I'm like, yeah, because it fucking sucks. And it's slow and it's brutal. And you have to set everything higher than the curbs because it compacts like a bitch. And it's like,
did you remind them that the sand has to be wet at all times?
no.
Oh,
I just
fail.
I know. I was like, there's no progress to be made here. If you like, but I fully blame polysand companies for all the problems that we had on that. Like, fuck you, polysand companies.
Any polysand company in particular?
You ever seen that show where they hunt alligators?
Yeah. Swamp people?
Yeah, hunt alligators. I'd hunt some fucking alligators.
Gotcha.
I'd fucking hunt those alligator bitches down in a heartbeat right now. Fuck them.
We
What's even crazier? That's not even the polysand that's there. This is like the epitome of like. And you know how on every commercial site, Chad will relate to this. There's like a site laborer that works for the GC
Yeah, Mel.
that thinks they're
I with
like
his young daughter or young baby.
who thinks they're the super, but they're not. They run around in a white hard hat picking up garbage,
Yeah. Yeah.
strung out on some kind of meth or pills or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one
Yeah.
of those.
There's this. Yeah, this is the guy who's
They're
like,
always mad at something.
oh, this guy's
Always
livid, mad and livid all the time.
usually
Just
small. They're
yeah,
usually
not
small and mad.
this guy's actually a fair size. He's
Really?
thin though. He's fucking thin. But
Hmm.
there's a video of one of these AI gorillas saying, "Oh, you stayed up all night. This Tim Hortons ain't gonna save you, so you got to go in the shitter and put six some blow up your nose." And it's like, and it's Tyler sent it to me and I said, "This is that guy." I'm like, "It's 100% that guy." Getting a bump in the fucking shitter, saying, "Ah, oh my god, what are you doing?" Fuck off.
Um,
Your job is to pick up garbage. I got no issue with it. Go do that. Like, I got all the respect in the world. You're here trying to support your meth habit. Like, at least you're not stealing from people to support your meth habit. Like, but stop trying to boss us around. Fuck off. Like, he was like, whatever. I always feel like saying, "Hey, there's garbage over there. Can you deal with that?"
get it, it's blowing away. Chase it, go after it.
Blowing away with the sand that's in your eyes. Ah, it's getting in my eyes. It's like, oh my god, why are we using this as bait?
Chase that pallet wrapped down.
There's also no water on the site, so that's a thing.
Hmm.
Everyone's driving around with skid steers with cubes up in the air. Gravity.